The key to catching more and bigger fish is often the speed at which you are moving on the water. Speed determines how long your bait is in the strike zone when drifting or trolling for walleye, how many casts you may get at a fallen tree on a shoreline that you are sure is holding a bass, or simply finding that magic pace that triggers bites from a variety of game fish on a given day in any conditions Mother Nature may throw at you.
When I'm out on the water, I firmly believe that the most important thing that I can control is my speed. If I have the right speed, I'm gonna catch more fish. And you know what? There's 3 different ways I like to use drift socks to get to that exact speed. Number 1 is when I'm drifting sideways. Now, if I'm drifting sideways, I'm usually pulling Lindy rigs or spinners or maybe bouncing a jig. The most important part of that, though, is I've got to hit the right speed to keep my bait in the strike zone. One tip I want to give you is when I'm drifting sideways, I run 2 drift socks, and here's why I do it. I run a 48-incher up on the bow and a 60 on the rear end of the boat. The reason I run that smaller one in the front is it allows me to also use my trolling motor in conjunction, and what that'll allow me to do is make the minor adjustments that are going to make it so that I stay right on the spot.
When faced with windy conditions, boat control is key, and the key to better boat control is the use of 1 or more drift socks from Drift Control or Wave Tamer.
The second situation is when I'm casting along a windy shoreline. Now, we all know that the windy shorelines usually hold the game fish because the bait fish are blown up in there. But ultimately, it can get pretty tough to hold your boat in the right spot at times. The best way to do it is to hang a drift sock off the rear corner of your boat and use this trolling motor. And what that's going to allow me to do is stay parallel to the shoreline and continue to make cast after cast.
The original series comes in a variety of sizes, making it the perfect drift sock for canoes, john boats, or standard-size fishing boats up to 20 feet long. Constructed from lightweight ripstop nylon, which dries quickly after usage, and featuring 1-inch nylon straps along with upper cylinder floats and bottom weights to open the sock fast, the original series is a great drift sock for any fishing application. The Magnum series is designed for larger, heavier boats and use in extreme conditions. Thicker ripstop nylon construction reduces rippling and pulsating while providing more drag than similar drift socks of the same diameter. The Magnum series is available in several sizes and also includes a standard 6-foot harness buoy.
Regardless of the style or size of drift sock you're using, you're going to want to use a Drift Control harness buoy. And here's why. It's got a clip on both ends, so you can simply clip it onto the sock and you can clip it onto a rail or a cleat. The other thing it's got is a float. And what that float does is it keeps the lines up on the surface so that when you're bringing a fish in, you're not going to have it get tangled up in the lines.
The Wave Tamers series features a patented spring-open design, making deployment easy and fast. Equipped with surface flotation and designed with lightweight, durable, and saltwater-resistant ripstop fabric, the Wave Tamer series is tough enough for any conditions as well as being ideal for trolling.
And the next option is for all you guys that are back trolling. And you know, I back troll in this big boat, and I know a lot of guys that back troll in tiller boats. There is nothing more frustrating than trying to back troll but not being able to get down slow enough. And a drift sock allows you to do that. If you can back troll effectively, you can keep your boat on a spot. And if you're on the right spot, you're going to catch more fish. Once you're slow enough that you can be in the fish zone and still have that big motor running, which has that bigger prop diameter, you can stay tighter on your spot. That's why guys like to back troll with those big engines, but you got to have a drift sock to do that.
Choosing the right drift sock for your boat is made easy by following the sizing chart on this display. Simply match your boat size to the conditions you are commonly faced with and start achieving the ultimate in boat control with a drift sock from Wave Tamer or Drift Control.